Have you ever wondered if the veil between our reality and the supernatural is thinner in some places? Picture this: locations around the globe, bathed in mystery and intrigue, where the inexplicable and paranormal are reported with uncanny frequency. These places, many believe, are portals where the fabric separating the physical and spiritual worlds is alarmingly thin, leading to an abundance of eerie occurrences. Curious? Intrigued? Good. Join us as we count down the top 10 most haunted locations around the world. At number 10, we have the Tower of London, a place steeped in history and death. The Tower, a 1,000-year-old fortress, is as much a symbol of power and might as it is of suffering and despair. Its imposing stone walls have seen more than their fair share of bloodshed, having served as a prison and execution site for centuries. The tower is said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity, with countless reports of ghost sightings. Among the most famous of these spectral residents is none other than Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of Henry VIII, who was beheaded within these walls. Visitors and staff alike have reported seeing her ghost, headless, wandering the corridors, or standing near the site of her execution. With such a morbid history, it's no wonder the Tower of London is said to be one of the most haunted places on Earth. Moving across the Atlantic, at number 9, we find the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, USA. This imposing fortress-like structure once housed some of the most notorious criminals of the 19th and 20th centuries. Its harsh conditions, including solitary confinement and a strict code of silence, are said to have led to madness and despair among the inmates. Fast forward to the present day, the penitentiary now stands as a haunting reminder of its brutal past. Visitors report hearing eerie sounds, from distant whispers to agonizing screams, echoing through the empty cell blocks. Shadowy figures are often spotted darting in and out of the cells, sending chills down the spines of even the most hardened paranormal investigators. Many believe these spectral sightings and unexplained sounds are the tormented souls of former inmates, trapped within the penitentiary's walls. They're forever doomed to relive their punishment, unable to find peace in the afterlife. Could the tormented souls of former inmates still be lingering within these walls? Next, we descend into the chilling depths of the Paris catacombs, our number 8. These catacombs, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, house the remains of more than 6 million people. Bones and skulls stacked high, a macabre display that stretches as far as the eye can see. This subterranean ossuary was created in the late 18th century to alleviate the city's overflowing cemeteries. Visitors to the catacombs have reported unexplainable phenomena, voices whispering in the darkness, the sensation of being watched, and even apparitions appearing out of nowhere. Some believe these are the unrestful spirits of those whose remains lie in this cold, dark place. Others claim to have felt an eerie energy, a sensation that they are not alone even in the most secluded sections of the catacombs. The catacombs serve as a somber reminder of our mortality, and perhaps a gathering place for lost souls. At number 7, we venture into the mysterious Aokigahara forest in Japan. This vast, dense woodland, also known as the Sea of Trees, holds a somber reputation. A haunting silence pervades the forest, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves or the distant hoot of an owl. Aokigahara, with its sprawling sea of green, is a paradox of life and death. It's a place of ethereal beauty, yet it carries a heavy burden of sorrow. For many, it's the final destination in their journey of life. The forest has been associated with numerous suicides, giving it the unsettling title of the Suicide Forest. Visitors often report an eerie, unsettling atmosphere, a silent testament to the tragic events that have occurred here. Some claim to have experienced ghostly encounters, while others talk about a sense of unease that lingers in the air. With its tragic history, Aokigahara Forest is a place that truly echoes with the whispers of the departed. Halfway through our list, at number 6, we have Poveglia Island, a place shrouded in fear and death. Situated between Venice and Lido in the Venetian lagoon, this island has a chilling history that's sure to send shivers down your spine. In the 14th century, it served as a quarantine site for victims of the bubonic plague, where thousands of the infected were left to die. Later in the 20th century, it became a mental asylum where patients were reported to have been subjected to brutal treatments. The island is virtually deserted today, with visitation heavily restricted, but those few who have set foot on Poveglia report disturbing experiences: whispers in the wind, cries in the night, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Some even claim to have seen apparitions of plague victims and tortured souls. Poveglia Island, a place so haunted that even the locals avoid it. At number 5 is the Ancient Ram Inn, a quaint English pub with a dark past. Nestled in the heart of England, this seemingly charming establishment has a history that goes back to the 12th century. But don't let its cozy exterior fool you. Over the centuries, the inn has been a hotbed for reports of ghost sightings and unexplained phenomena, making it a must-visit location for paranormal enthusiasts across the globe. The inn's rich history is punctuated by numerous tales of the supernatural. These tales range from the benign, like the sound of children playing in empty rooms, to the terrifying, such as spectral figures seen wandering the hallways. Many visitors have reported feeling an eerie presence, a chill in the air, and some have even claimed to have seen full-bodied apparitions. The Ancient Ram Inn, a charming locale with a spine-chilling history. Next time you're in England, why not stop by for a pint and perhaps a ghostly encounter? Coming in at number 4, we have the Island of the Dolls in Mexico, a place as eerie as it sounds. Nestled in the heart of the Xochimilco canals, this island teems with hundreds of dolls hanging from the trees, a sight that could send shivers down the spine of the bravest souls. The tale behind this uncanny spectacle is as intriguing as it is chilling. Legend has it that a local man, tormented by the spirit of a drowned girl, began hanging dolls to appease her restless soul. Over the years, he added more and more, until the entire island was shrouded in their ghostly gaze. Visitors to the island often report a feeling of being watched, with many claiming the dolls' eyes seem to follow them around. Some even swear they've heard the dolls whispering among themselves, their voices carried on the wind. The Island of the Dolls, a place where childhood innocence meets the uncanny. At number 3, we have the Stanley Hotel, the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. Nestled in the picturesque Colorado Rockies, the Stanley Hotel is as much famous for its supernatural guests as for its earthly ones. It's not just an ordinary hotel, it's a hub of spectral activity, with countless guests reporting spine-chilling encounters. From children laughing in empty corridors to phantom piano music drifting through the halls, the paranormal is a part of its everyday charm. But it was one specific encounter that truly put the Stanley Hotel on the paranormal map. The year was 1974. Renowned author Stephen King and his wife spent a solitary night in room 217. What King experienced that night fueled the creation of his acclaimed novel, The Shining, a tale of a haunted hotel and its impact on its winter caretaker. The Stanley Hotel, a place where fiction and reality blur. Our runner-up is the Myrtles Plantation, known as one of America's most haunted homes. Nestled in the heart of Louisiana, this plantation dates back to the late 18th century and carries with it a chilling past steeped in mystery and intrigue. The property's history is marred by tales of betrayal, murder, and tragic accidents, all of which have seemingly left their spectral imprint on the present day. Visitors and residents alike have reported a staggering amount of paranormal activity. Apparitions of previous occupants, including children and slaves, have been spotted wandering the grounds and the mansion. Unexplained noises such as footsteps echoing in the dead of night and hushed whispers in empty rooms add to the eerie atmosphere. Accounts of objects moving of their own accord and the chilling sensation of being watched are not uncommon. It's as if the echoes of the past refuse to fade, making the Myrtles Plantation a haunting testament to history's darker side. The Myrtles Plantation, where the past refuses to rest. And finally, at number 1, we have the Edinburgh Vaults, a place that resonates with the echoes of its troubled past. Nestled beneath the arches of the South Bridge in Scotland's capital, these vaults bear witness to a history steeped in hardship and mystery. Constructed in the late 18th century, the vaults initially served as storage spaces and workshops. However, as the city's population swelled, they became overcrowded living quarters for the city's poorest residents. Life in the vaults was harsh, with living conditions so deplorable, they were eventually abandoned. But the vault's story doesn't end there. Their dark, dank corridors also provided the perfect cover for illicit activities. Smugglers, body snatchers, and criminals of all sorts found refuge in these subterranean hideaways. And now, they're reputed to be one of the most haunted places in the world. Visitors report unexplained phenomena, from chilling whispers to shadowy figures. The Edinburgh Vaults, a haunting reminder of the darker side of history.